And we have had a slew of companies just recently. It's almost as if a memo went out and somebody said, you know what, you guys can give up on that whole DEI thing. Yeah, we knew it wouldn't work anyway. We knew it was just an absolute failure waiting to have it, exposed. And it's being exposed as we see in multiple instances now in reality, in real time. It's almost like this memo went out and, yeah, you don't need to worry about that. So you've literally you got John Deere, you got Tractor Supply Company, you've got Target, you've got Bud Light, because nobody wants to get Bud Lighted, right, anymore, or Target. They've all gone away in one way or another from this whole woke deal of diversity, equity, inclusion, which other folks want to indicate that to be didn't earn it. And I think the biggest example of what we've got going on right now is some would arguably say that Kamala Harris was a massive, massive DEI hire. I mean, her numbers as an attorney general, oof, yeah. But you know what? Just go ahead and run her for president anyway. It'll be fine. It'll work out good. She's a good dancer. She's a really good dancer. Okay. Yeah. Microsoft reportedly fires DEI team, becomes latest company to ditch woke policy. Microsoft has reportedly laid off a team devoted to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Man, I'm reading this every single day, right? The big tech giant disbanded the DEI team at the beginning of the month due to, oh, I love this. This is good. Due to changing business needs. Well, what changed? What changed? Business didn't change. Business has always been the same. If you hire good people for the job based on merit, your company will succeed. If you do a bunch of diversity hires, we need this race within our, we need more of these people. That's not going to end up well, because you are literally doing the exact opposite of what DEI is supposed to accomplish, which is supposed to make things more diverse, equitable, and inclusive. It's unclear how many employees were affected. The decision was a further sign that companies are pulling back on DEI initiatives that were put in place following the 2020 death of George Floyd and the subsequent Black Lives Matter protest campaigns. I mean, it was like, okay, George Floyd died. All right, let's have some riots. Let's have some looting. Let's have some takeover of police stations. Let's have let's have a deal in Seattle. Let's have a chop/Chaz deal in Seattle. And then let's let a couple of years go by, and then we'll just basically forget about it. And all these companies will ever so quietly try and, you know what? Yeah, your division of DEI is no longer needed. Yeah, we don't need you. We're just, the tide has shifted wildly. And it's because businesses realize, yeah, this may not be the way that we want to move down the road. And companies like Tractor Supply and John Deere, they literally went down this road of, supporting, Pride Month and all this other stuff that had nothing to do with either selling farm equipment or, tractors or feed or any of the other things that, those companies are known for. Target's always been a little, right? And so their whole deal. Yeah, they got Bud Lighted. Last year, Google and Meta reduced the scope of their DEI programs. I love that. We're going to reduce the scope. In other words, yeah, you're no longer needed here at this company. And cut staff as part of restructuring and layoffs at both companies, according to CNBC. On Tuesday, tractor giant John Deere announced it will scuttle nearly all its DEI policies in favor of a quality-based workplace. Since when did we get, are we just basically stating that if you go down the DEI road, you don't have a quality-based workplace? Because it seems like one is exclusive of the other. It shouldn't be, right? It shouldn't be. And I'm not saying that all DEI policies are horrible. I think you need to have you need to have some reasonableness in there. But to me, the biggest factor is can the person perform the job at the highest skill set possible? And then who cares what race they are? But the issue is if you've got, a whole bunch of hires from one race, it doesn't look good on your books. And people are going to go, oh, yeah, we've got some racist hiring here. Well, no, but we hired the best candidate for each position. Oh, yeah. So you are racist. Interesting. This followed a decision last month by farm retail chain Tractor Supply to axe all DEI goals and positions. You're fired. You're gone. Zoom, Snap, Tesla, DoorDash, Lyft, Home Depot, and Wayfair have also downsized their DEI teams. Overall, DEI-related job postings declined by 44% by mid-2023 compared to the same period in 2022. It's because we know that they don't work. I mean, you can go down this pathway of just trying to jam all this policy down your throat. But at the end of the day, if you don't have people filling the positions, good people filling the positions, your business is ultimately going to fail. And so when all these companies circle back and go, yeah, we're just going to focus on, agricultural issues. Oh, you mean because you're Tractor Supply or you're John Deere, you're now going to focus on, agriculture? It's like Microsoft saying, yeah, we're going to now focus more on computers. Yeah, that whole other thing that we did, not so much. Microsoft had pledged to invest $150 million into its DEI push, which involved doubling the number of Black and Hispanic leaders by 2025. So you're picking out people based on race and shoving them into your company and hoping for the best. Well, I think that is, from a layperson perspective, looking at the big corporate, that ship has kind of sailed. The whole DEI thing is, literally somebody sent out a memo and you guys can stop the charade. You can stop the charade. We don't really need to do that. So the private sector is ditching DEI, but government can't let it. It's government. They're just going to keep going down that road, right? A lot of people are saying, hey, the Secret Service or Secret Service, because a lot of those folks were probably not Secret Service. You've got some hires in there that check the box. They may not be the best qualified, but they're there. And other people are saying, nah, they're doing fine. They're just, they've got a different skill set. Okay. Yeah. How about CNN? CNN quietly disbands race and equality team. Sorry. The E was in equality. What was, there was a MEI. I forget what it stood for. Somebody else is coming up with another thing on DEI, and it's basically excellence and something, or you know what I mean? It's like, all right, yeah. You mean business principles that have always been there. If you strive to hire the best and you get the best and you're able to work out how you can pay them and still make a profit, then ultimately you will more than likely succeed. If you go down any of these other routes, yeah, it's not really happening. So CNN jumps in. CNN quietly disbanded its race and equality team of reporters as part of a major structuring that included firing 100 staffers this week. It's about a week ago. There were 3 reporters that made up the unit, which was created by former CNN president Jeff Zucker in the aftermath of the police killing of George Floyd. We had that whole fentanyl Floyd thing, and so much has come out of that, and none of it, to me, was necessarily positive. It just wasn't. I mean, he was not a good dude. He was not a great individual to hold up in, high esteem for all of that happening. It just, yeah. One of the journalists was fired while the other 2 were reassigned to other departments, according to a newsletter. So, yeah, we no longer need your services. You are no longer required here, because we hired you to check a box. Oh, did we say that? Oh, so we literally did the opposite of what DEI is supposedly supposed to stand for. And yeah, we're just going to keep on going down that road. because things are tight. We're trying to loosen the load, and we just need to fire some people. Got a lot of firings going on, and you got a lot of people getting let go. How about Secret Service director? Talk about that for a second. Secret Service director had to step down. Oh man, she had a hearing on, what was that, Monday? That was brutal. But she deserved that. I mean, if you don't have a handle on the security, which is exactly what your position does, you are director of this whole enterprise. And if you don't have a handle on what's going on, that was an absolute nightmare of a hearing. I don't know if you saw any of those clips, but yeah, it was wild. And a lot of folks are saying, well, other people that were probably better qualified didn't get the position that she had because of DEI hiring policies. And the government is just, they've gone so woke down so many of these roads. And I know Trump he's been asking for additional security for quite some time. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. I mean, you might get winged in the ear just a scooch if you turn your head, a few degrees this way and the wind is just coming at the right moment. A bullet whizzes by, but don't worry. We're going to bandage up your ear and you'll be fine. It'll be all good. Well, let's keep the DEI hiring going. You know what I mean? Let's just keep this bus rolling because this is going to be good. It's going to benefit everybody. Oh, yeah, it's not. Yeah, it feels like that is what's happening. There's just this large scale of, okay, yeah. Oh, well, we tried that policy. It didn't work out. It's kind of like the Proposition 47 down in California, right? And that is something that Kamala Harris is basically responsible for. That was on her watch I think it was Attorney General of California, Proposition 47. Yeah, how has that worked out? How has retail theft done? How has crime done in California? So you've got repercussions of this stuff all day long. What I find interesting about the Kamala Harris is she a DEI hire? Yeah. Does it impact her ability to do her job? And she's never really been able to do her job as far as I could tell. The prime example of that would be her unofficial stance as border czar. How did that go? Right? How did that go? Just an unbelievable amount of drugs and human trafficking and sex trafficking and a whole bunch of illegals running into the country. We've got, illegal migrant TikTok influencer who urged others to squat in U.S. homes, believed to have worked in Venezuela's military intel. You can't make this stuff up. It is just coming in hot and heavy, right? And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, that makes sense. And yep, that one makes sense. Why wouldn't we have somebody that's basically a spy in Venezuela's military on TikTok telling other Venezuelan immigrants and immigrants from anywhere how to squat in homes and then profit from the sale of them in the United States as we give them millions and millions and millions of dollars to get set up in the United States. Yeah. Yeah. It's wild stuff, right? You've got just shenanigans going on left, right, and center. And I think this is a trend. I think literally everybody kind of got together. I don't literally mean this, but I kind of do. It feels like all of a sudden a switch was flipped. Yeah, don't have to deal with the DEI crap anymore. We knew that really wasn't going to work. So we're going to forget about the shenanigans and we're just going to, business as usual, guys. All right, business as usual. Just put the big old X over DEI and we're going to move on because it's no longer in vogue to do that. Is that what happened? Is that what's happening? Sure feels like it, right? All right. That's it for me on this one. Thanks so much for being here. I'll catch up with you in the next segment. Love to have you subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.